Noticed how some people seem to reach their goals effortlessly, while others try hard but make little progress. It's not always about being gifted, lucky, or extremely intelligent. The real game changer is consistency. Achieving success in any area of life, whether it's learning a language, improving your health, or mastering a new skill, comes down to doing small things regularly, not just once in a while. Picture two people who want to speak English fluently. One of them spends just 10 minutes a day practicing. The other one studies for several hours, but only once every few weeks. Over time, who do you think will improve faster? Without a doubt, it's the person who makes learning a daily habit. Regular practice, even in small amounts, creates lasting change. In this guide, we'll dive deep into why consistency works so well, the hurdles that get in the way, and how you can build habits that stick. Understanding consistency. Consistency is the foundation of growth, development, and success. Being consistent means committing to an activity and doing it repeatedly over time, even when motivation fades or results aren't immediate. It's not about pushing yourself to the limit for one day. It's about showing up repeatedly, no matter how small the effort. Think of it like climbing stairs. One step at a time might not feel like much, but if you keep going, you'll reach the top. Let's take a closer look at how consistency plays out in different areas of life. Whether it's health, education, work, or relationships, the effects of consistent effort are both profound and lasting. For example, a healthy diet followed steadily over time leads to better health outcomes than a crash diet followed for just a week. Similarly, consistently showing kindness and attention in relationships builds stronger bonds than occasional grand gestures. The psychology behind consistency. Why does consistency matter so much psychologically? For one, it creates predictability and a sense of control. When you engage in daily habits, your brain knows what to expect and prepares itself accordingly. This reduces mental strain and creates space for deeper focus. Another powerful factor is habit formation. When we repeat an action regularly, it moves from the conscious mind to the subconscious. This transition reduces the energy required to perform the task. Once a behavior becomes a habit, it becomes automatic. The power of tiny actions. Big changes often stem from small, seemingly insignificant actions. When you repeat a task frequently, it becomes part of your routine. Imagine planting a flower. If you water it daily, it grows. If you forget and water it once every few weeks, it may wither. Small actions add up. If you walk 15 minutes a day, it may not seem like much, but over a year, you've walked over 90 hours. That's more than enough to improve cardiovascular health and mood. In contrast, walking for 2 hours once a month may seem intense but offers fewer cumulative benefits. A case study, learning English. Let's consider two language learners. Emma studies for 15 minutes every morning. She listens to podcasts, practices speaking, and picks up new vocabulary. Over a year, she has over 90 hours of practice. Now consider Alex. He studies for 3 hours once a month. Despite spending time, he has to review everything due to gaps between sessions. After a year, he also logs around 36 hours, but with less retention. Emma's approach works better because of the spacing effect. Information is retained more efficiently when learning is spread over time. Also, she builds a habit, whereas Alex battles inertia with each new session. Why consistency matters so much. It builds routines. Daily repetition creates structure. This mental framework helps reduce decision fatigue. It promotes steady growth. Progress may be slow, but it's reliable and sustainable. It boosts confidence. Familiarity with a skill builds competence and assurance. It reduces overwhelm. Breaking big goals into daily tasks makes them manageable. It leads to achievement. The most accomplished individuals are persistent, not perfect. How to build consistency into your life? Start with small goals. Begin with 5 to 10 minutes. Small commitments are easier to maintain and build momentum. Create a fixed routine. Choose a specific time daily. Morning routines are often most sustainable due to fewer distractions. Track your activities. Use journals, apps, or calendars to maintain accountability. Celebrate small wins. Progress boosts motivation. Even checking a box is a reward. Stay inspired. Revisit your why. Visual reminders and goal boards help. Be patient. Growth is not immediate. Focus on the process, not the outcome. How habits are formed in the brain. Neuroscience shows us that repetition strengthens neural pathways. This is neuroplasticity in action. At first, learning a skill requires focus. Over time, that focus gives way to fluidity. The brain automates frequently performed behaviors, which is how habits are born. Think of a forest trail. The more it's walked, the clearer it becomes. The same goes for mental habits. Repeating an action sends a message to the brain. This is important. Soon the action becomes second nature. The compound effect, exponential growth from small efforts. There's a powerful concept called the compound effect. It says small efforts repeated daily yield massive results over time. Consider learning one English word per day. That's 365 in a year. In 5 years, it's 1/800, a vocabulary large enough to carry meaningful conversations. Apply this to any field. Investing small amounts regularly builds wealth. Reading daily makes you smarter. Exercising each day improves fitness. Compounding works in both directions. Positive habits build success. Negative habits, like procrastination, can erode progress. Be mindful of what you do repeatedly. Common obstacles to consistency, even with the best intentions. Maintaining consistency is challenging. Here are common hurdles: lack of time. Solution: use micro moments. 5 minutes is better than nothing. Low motivation. Solution: rely on discipline, not emotion. Motivation comes and goes. Perfectionism. Solution: aim for progress, not perfection. Distractions. Solution: set boundaries. Limit phone use and create a dedicated workspace. Impatience. Solution: trust the process. Long-term gains require short-term persistence. Systems versus goals. Focus on the process. Goals give direction, but systems drive progress. A goal might be to write a book. A system is writing 300 words daily. James Clear in Atomic Habits emphasizes the value of systems. Goals are momentary. Systems last. A goal ends when achieved. A system endures and evolves. Creating an environment that supports consistency. Your environment can either support or sabotage your habits. Remove friction. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Keep your book by the bed. Use cues. Link new habits to existing ones. After brushing your teeth, review vocabulary. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Join communities that support your goals. Real-life examples of consistent achievers athletes. Michael Phelps swam nearly every day, even on holidays. Writers. Stephen King writes daily, including weekends and birthdays. Entrepreneurs. Steve Jobs repeatedly refined Apple's vision through continuous action. These individuals succeeded not through bursts of effort, but through daily grind. Consistency versus intensity. Many overestimate the power of intensity and underestimate the power of consistency. A burst of energy may kickstart a journey, but consistency carries it to the end. One intense gym session won't make you fit. One healthy meal won't transform your health. But stringing those efforts together changes everything. When to take breaks without breaking consistency. Rest is vital, but taking a break doesn't mean abandoning the habit. Use lighter versions. If tired, do a shorter workout. If busy, skim a short article instead of a full chapter. The goal is to stay connected to the habit even lightly. This preserves momentum. The role of accountability amplifies consistency. Share your goal with someone. Join a group. Use a habit tracking app. When others know your plans, you're more likely to stick to them. Consistency builds identity. Every repeated action casts a vote for the type of person you want to become. Read daily. You become a reader. Practice a language often. You become a speaker. Identity-driven habits last longer. Instead of "I want to write a book," try "I am a writer." Final thoughts. Becoming unstoppable through consistency. Success is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing the right things repeatedly. Show up every day, even when it's hard. Keep the momentum alive, even when results seem slow. Consistency compounds. It transforms. It shapes who we become. Make a small move today, then do it again tomorrow, and again the next day. That's how greatness is built.